So, Mr. Alkesh, good afternoon. Could
Good
you tell
afternoon.
me, you've got 4 different variations on the payment plans and terms. Could you
Yes,
talk me through each one?
for sure.
Thank you
But
so much.
your first question is that how we can afford to give 40% discount.
It flummoxes
And
me.
now I'm talking about 60% also in Dubai. So it depends upon the project size. And when we say 40%, it's based on the entire project. But let me just take you through my company. I'm just giving an example.
Please, yeah.
Let's say the total value of the project, market value is $100 million.
Mhm.
Okay. The average construction cost. So this is the total sales value.
Sure.
The average construction cost coming around $35 million to $40 million. Right?
Right, yeah.
This is construction. Each project we have shareholders in the company. So shareholder also need their profit. Right? So let's say my shareholders need 15% profit.
Mhm.
Right? And then we, for any development, you need a land. Right? So I prefer, whenever we do project, we prefer to get into the land JV where total value of the land is not more than 20% of the total sales value.
Okay.
This is normal discussion.
Mm.
Plus, I sell investor units, which is maximum 20% of the total sales value.
Right.
So the land value should be not more than 20 million. We prefer to get it to below 10%, but I'm just giving you maximum. Now, how it works, before launch, I sell 50% of my project before launch
Okay, right.
on books. Right? How it works, we are a joint venture specialist. What we do, we find out the landowners who are willing to take units at the market value against the land. So I'll give this, let's say if it is 20 million, so 20 million worth of unit has been given to landowner. So this is sold, right, on books. Plus he will get profit, right? He's part of profit also. Then we have 35 million to 40 million dollar worth of construction cost. So what I do, I'm the construction company also. We run our own construction company. So we give 60% payment and 40% barter with my own company.
Right.
So when I'm talking about 40% of 35 million, or let's say 40 million, we are talking about 16 million worth of inventory I'll give against the invoice to my
Okay.
construction
Understood, yeah.
company, my own construction company. And then we do subcontracting. That is a separate activity. So it means 16% also sold.
Mm.
So I sold 20%, then 16%. All my shareholders, they look for profit, right? We don't give them cash. We give them units against their profit
Okay, right.
at market value. Now, it's not easy to convince your shareholders to get profit, not cash, but units, that too on market value. So let's say 15% is my, so this 15% is shareholders profit. This is barter.
Mm.
20% I have given to land. So how much I sold? Almost 51% is sold.
Okay. Understood.
On books, it is sold.
Right.
Because I was supposed to pay this money, right? Now this is booked. I'm left with 49%. Now to generate equity, I need equity to support my construction. So what I do, I go and sell my 20% of my inventory, which is 20 million, at 40% discount. So I'll giving $8 million discount, and I'm going to recover $12 million equity in 90 days or 6 months, let's say. Now you see, it seems 40% to you very huge, but on the entire project it is only 8% discount, because my total value is 100 million.
Right.
You understand? So it is not 40%, it is 8%, which is I can absorb, I can afford based on my business model. So this will help me to control the cash. Any successful business anywhere, not only real estate, if it is manufacturing or any service provider, if you are good in managing your cash flow, you will get 100% success. I was talking to one of my client.
Hmm.
He is basically an investor of Blackstone. Now, Blackstone is one of the biggest investors, huge. So I'm not talking about Blackstone has approached us, but this client who was inquiring me in Dubai back in 2019, he came and he was also having the similar question that how come you afford 40% allocation? Nobody can. You will be going bankrupt. Then I explained him the entire process. What was his line? What was he said?
Yeah.
If you following what you are talking, Alkesh, if you follow the same methods, your business success ratio will be 95%. 5% is failure chances, but 95% you'll get the success if you follow this method. And he's an investor, and he's one of the very big investor of Blackstone. And this was his comments to me, which was like, for me it was very good. So this is what we do globally, and this is what we are doing in East Africa. This is what we are doing in Russia.
This process is the first I've ever heard.
This is business, this is numbers.
Right.
And this is just one thing I have explained to you. There are many things over a period of time will come you understand us, you understand how we do business.
Yeah.
And then national housing, what we did, national housing here, the total land value is $1.5 million. We gave him units with profit at market value, units worth $5 million. So they are happy. Now I'm not putting any money.
Okay.
So my equity is controlled. I'm the contractor.
Yeah.
So I'll do my, I have suppliers who are willing to take units against their invoice, 30-40%. So I'm controlling my cash flow. You understand? How good you are controlling your cash flow, that's how you will win the game. Right? Any more question?
No. It's a pleasure to be able to sell these units on your behalf. Yeah,
For sure.
The premise is amazing, and I think your rental options as well that you discussed.
Yes.
There's 4 different variants that you put on the table.
So this is my business model, and then now I'm going to talk about the payment options if you want to understand. It's okay.
Let's say you mentioned giving like a payment plan of 80 months.
Yeah, we'll explain that. Thank you.